r/ask Reddit. What illegal thing are you really good at? Jaywalking. It's an important skill to have in Boston. Meanwhile in Southeast Asia and India, it's illegal? Honestly, I'm not sure Indian drivers have the slightest idea what's illegal to do on the road. Using gyms. Without a membership, whenever I'm away from home and still wanna work out, I jog to whatever gym so I'm nice and sweaty and just kinda stroll past the front desk, while pointing towards the back and making a facial expression like yeah, they just smile and wave me through. I feel like this would go completely different with me, like I'd jog to the gym, and as I point towards the back and give a facial expression they'd stare at me and be like WTF. This dude is way too fat to be actually working out. Those are diarrhea sweats and he's off to ruin our bathroom. Driving 5 miles per hour over the speed limit. All about 9 miles per hour over brug. 9 you're fine, 10 you're mine. Taping baseball games without the express written permission of Major League Baseball. Do you have implied oral consent? No? If so, you should be good. It's the implication. Stealing plant cuttings and propagating from them. Stealing plant cuttings and propagating from them today I learned my mom has a Reddit account. Does your mom name the plants after the place she stole them from? Because then your mom might be my mom and you might be me. Shoplifting. But it's not like I intentionally do it. I'll be at my local deli talking to the owners at the counter, buy a few lotto tickets and just BSing and start playing with a lighter or a pack of mints. Walk out of the deli and stick my hand in my pocket and oops I should have put it back. I always return or pay for what I took. It's a running joke with the guys for the last few years. They still can't catch me in the act. That's not being good at shoplifting. That's being really bad at not shoplifting. Guilt from my childhood compelled me to be honest. I could be really good if I wanted to but I'd rather not be. Putting 1 Canadian penny in a roll of American pennies. The fools have no idea. Where are you getting Canadian pennies these days? Just occurred to me that I should keep the ones I come across, shouldn't I? Going on websites without my parents' permission. Edit. Holy most upvoted comment Batman. How? Whenever I try I get a pop-up asking me if I'm 12 or older. How can I bypass this when I'm not old enough? On Google Chrome right click and select inspect element. With a lot of these sites you can then just delete the bit of HTML code hovering over your page. Easy game. Easy life. Piracy. Never gotten a virus. Node for FBI. I mean portraying a pirate as an actor and viruses in MRSA. Edit. Apparently my education in biochemistry molecular biology has failed me. MRSA is bacterial. MRSA is bacteria go. Duck it's the fuzz cheese IT. Oral is illegal in Tennessee. So guess. Edit. As many have stated the laws were deemed unconstitutional in Tennessee in 1996. But I still believe it was an interesting fact that lawmakers would make oral and anal illegal to curb the homosexual community. With source for the thirsted. Stata laws. Find law. Tennessee law. Tennessee prohibited consensual sexual activity laws. HTML. How the duck are they gonna enforce that? Break into people's homes randomly to make sure they aren't sucking dong? MAAM. Step away from the penis. I'm drunk. How the duck are they gonna enforce that? Covert operations. You meet a guy at a bar and hit it off. He's a little quiet but really funny when you get him talking and really good looking. A few dates in and you two just seem to click. The two of you go out for his birthday dinner. You've gone to great lengths to ensure it's an incredibly romantic and thoughtful evening. You get a cab back to your place because you had been drinking. You don't think it would be a problem, but he's very insistent on the cab, so you let it go. No sense ruining the night. By the time you reach your apartment the makeout sessions and caressing that took place during the ride have turned you both into lust-riddled monsters, and you practically kick in the door to your room. Perhaps it's the wine edging you on but you decide to give him an extra present. You know you really shouldn't, but it's just the two of you and it's his birthday. The tip hasn't even grazed your lips when he pulls out his police badge and calls him back up. And just like that your little skank ass is off to jail you ducking hollered. Stealing balloons. He just really love balloons and I'm really good at getting them covertly. Can't help myself. Stealing a balloon? Yeah, on free balloon day. r/unexpected SpongeBob. Pickpocketing. I didn't learn how to do it on purpose, and I've never done it to steal. I'm just really good at taking things out of people's pockets without them noticing. I'm also really good at putting things into people's pockets. I used to do this to my now husband out of convenience. Most women's clothes don't have pockets, so sometimes I'd just stick something in his pocket if I didn't want to hold it anymore. If I needed it back, I just took it back out. It seemed more practical than constantly asking for him to hold things and then give them back. He figured it out a few months in when he reached into his pocket and found my stuff. He was a little freaked out and told me to just ask him from then on. So that was kind of the end of my pickpocket career. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Most excellent stranger. You made my morning. Have you ever tried to sneak a few blueberries into a stranger's pocket so they can have a little snack later? Well, no, but I'm gonna. Plagiarizing papers. I speak several languages, so I find a paper on a similar topic online and translate it. Edit. This blew up. I should say that the papers I have plagiarized I am not proud of. I only do it when I cannot handle the work I already have plus another paper. Makes me wonder why you don't just get a job in translation and turn your shady skill into something you're not only allowed to do, but you're supposed to do. Because you can't just be fluent. They usually ask for a diploma when applying for a translator's job. Edit. People in the comments are telling about fluency tests, certificates, etc. I think that getting a certificate is a nice idea, and I will probably get one this year just to have a piece of paper to shove into future employers' faces. When I was interviewed for my current job, I was given a test to determine how well I can speak English. Russian is my native. I passed it and got the job. 80% of my work time I spend speaking or writing emails in English, so I guess I got what I wanted. Not me, but close friend. He probably stole close to a $1,000 worth of clothes shoes on our trip to NYC. He walked into the Nike store there, put on a jacket and walked out like nothing. The only one I personally witnessed, but other friends confirmed his stories about the rest. $1,000 worth of clothes shoes on our trip to NYC, so like 3 or so items? Maybe 4 or 5 if he just decided to pick up some socks. Extracting DMT from plant sources. I got some of that Heisenberg in me. Chemistry just clicks for me. I started out doing the basic techs online. Then once I had a few under my belt and understood the objective of each process, I started making my own tweaks to optimize the process. I only ever did it for personal consumption, but really took pride in some of the results, like this coffin-shaped beauty I pulled after a single recrystallization process. It's no blue meth, but I was pretty proud. I would also do extractions from Syrian rue to get the MAO inhibitor needed to make the DMT active orally. I would then combine the proper doses of each into a capsule and fill the rest up with powdered ginger to offset nausea. It would give you a consistent experience. Bypass the vomiting typical to oral DMT concoctions like ayahuasca, and remove all the non-active substances that could cause headaches and diarrhea. With raw plant matter you have no idea the dosage, and it varies from batch to batch, so extracting gave me control over exactly how much I took. Been about 10 years since I've done an extraction. I think most of the plant sources have been cracked down on by this point. I stopped messing with it once people were getting orders seized and arrested at the post office for picking up plant matter. This is actually awesome as duck. I'm proud of you for figuring that out. This really sounds interesting and fun. Damn, that's a shame. The world needs more people like Ipu. Smoking weed. It does feel nice to have zero issues with using any form of pipe or dab rig or whatever. Haha, just like I'm a master of the drugs. Or perhaps they are your master. When I was a teen I was a lifter. Between ages of 13-16, I'd lift bread, candy, occasionally a game if I felt ballsy. I never got caught except for once by my older brother. Let's just say he talked sense into me and I know better now. But that was a much darker time for me. One of 2 moments in my life I really hold regret over. When I was a teen I was a lifter. Between ages of 13-16, I'd lift bread, candy, occasionally a game if I felt ballsy. Took me a minute to realize you're probably British and you weren't bragging about having been the world's laziest bodybuilder. Not British, but a lot of my friends are. Picked up the slang from them actually. Using the self-checkout lane to buy organic fruits and vegetables at non-organic prices. Just do the banana code for everything. 4011. Sir, that's a television, not a banana. Lockpicking. It's a skill that really comes in handy and it's not too hard to learn. I've never used it for anything illegal, only for when friends have locked themselves out of the house or something. You'll never see a door or padlock as a secure thing again though. I mean, is it actually illegal if you have the knowledge but don't use it for crime? I don't think having any skill is illegal. However, the tools of the trade are illegal to carry around without a legitimate use case, i.e. locksmith, professional, etc. Breaking into buildings comes from parkour and urban exploring, but has been very useful since. Came back to my friend's house we were staying at after a festival once. It was 2 in the morning. He lived on the 3rd floor and I tried buzzing and calling him and got nothing. After like 5 minutes I just looked up, saw the open window and climbed up the brickwork and in. Haha, that's awesome. I've always been fond of snooping on roofs and shit, but I've never broken in anywhere. Watching porn under the age of 18 edit. Holy shit, thank you guys, thank you for the upvotes, I didn't expect that many. Edit 2. Holy shit guys, thank you for 1k upvotes. First time I got 1k. I used to be really good at that, but then one day I noticed that I couldn't at all anymore. Making copies of sheet music I get online. Nice try, cop. Downloading movies. Recently my ice blocked torrents and I spent an evening setting up proxy solutions to get around it. Time well spent. Edit. Clarification. I had no money for a good VPN at the time. See the replies for details. I used free proxy servers. YMMV. Edit 2. Clarifying again, there are times when you don't have $5 to spend online. Payday a week away. Bills paid and groceries bought. Kid needs money for school function. These things make a perfect storm. A VPN isn't the solution today. Wouldn't a VPN solve that? I torrent only through my VPN. Yeah, my understanding is once you're on VPN, the ISP has no clue what your traffic is. Not buying WinRAR. Driving barefoot. Technically legal in most states. But as soon as OP crosses the border into Ohio he's ducked. Invading the planet of Naboo. I will make it legal. I'm a 4th generation moonshiner, though to be fair, my rum is better than my corn liquor. Also, I have never sold a drop, so my bootlegger cred is somewhat compromised. Honestly, jaywalking. Growing up in Boston, everyone just knows how to time the distance between oncoming cars. Now I'm going to school in a different city and friends think I have balls of steel. Not to toot my own horn, but I roll perfect cone-shaped joints and spliffs with machine-like precision. Live in a non-recreational state and am relatively healthy, so still illegal for me. But whatever, I'm not stopping. Weed is my happy pill. The 15th of July will be 1 year clean. But being a heroin addict, I was the tits, man. Growing mushrooms. Started as a way just to get psychedelics, then became a passion. Nowadays I only grow tubs of edible, non-exciting mushrooms. But mycology is terribly interesting and very easy to get into if you have about $75 laying around. Back in the day, shoplifting. I was scarily good at it, so glad I never got caught. Not quite illegal, but I can make a bong out of nearly anything. Turning people into stoners. Even if I'm high off my ass, I'm 100% prepared to be the mom friend and teach somebody how to smoke or deal with an adverse reaction. I used to counterfeit documents in college, mainly just school memos, parking permits, media passes, that type of thing. Nothing crazy. At first it was just for a buddy, then a few people. Then I started using my products myself. The trick is in the confidence. I was always good with words, but that stuff made me so much better at selling a lie. I haven't messed with making fake docs in a while, but it led me to a new illegal skill, gaining entry into concerts and sporting events without tickets. Selling weed. It's actually a passion of mine, which is why I want to get a business degree and go legit. Rooftopping. As a New Yorker, there are some rooftop views you just can't miss. Shoplifting. I once walked out of a Home Depot with a $1,000 generator. Discreet public urination in moments of absolute blind necessity. I'm a woman. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.